is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain, by your brain, by your brain, by your brain.
An illusion. Here, where the past, present, and future all coexist right now. Where our phones are the first things that we touch when we wake up, the last thing we touch before falling asleep.
You may not know right where you're going, but I do.
If God is everything, then we're God. That means God is just like us. Maybe that's why everything is the way it is.
God's just trying not to feel alone in nothingness.
We've imagined ideas that we all share, ideas of beauty, ideas of truth, ideas of fairness.
Yeah.
We've all created together, and it doesn't exist outside of us as a society. And
no, it only exists to us.
yeah,
But to us, it does exist. And this is where I think the beauty of being a person truly lies.
I was having dinner at a friend's house, this director, and he had some kids, and there was like a 13-year-old, a 15-year-old, a 17-year-old, and they hadn't seen the film The Matrix. And so the director was like, well, why don't you just tell them what it's about? So I started to say, well, there's this guy who's in a kind of virtual world, and he finds out that there's a real world, and he's really questioning what's real and not real, and he really wants to know what's real. And the young girl was like, why? And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, who cares if it's real? And I was like, what, you don't care if it's real? And she was like, no.
I'll be rooting for you, cuz. Always.
You've been told from the cradle that the deck was stacked against you. Fall of man, original sin, so forth and so on. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit.
Video of Michael Jackson performing a song that had never been released. The problem was Michael Jackson died in 2009. And the simulation that you're going to see is so real that people in the audience, some of them were actually offended. People in the audience could not tell that that was not the real Michael Jackson. He interacted with the other dancers, he interacted with the audience, and he looked very real. It's a beautiful example of how far this digital technology and the ability to create simulations have come. The forbidden question, is it possible that each moment of every day of our lives is actually happening inside of a simulated reality that looks and feels totally real?
Watch this video.
True. Because in America, the government works for you.
Bullshit! Listen up, kids. Everything is a lie. The world is controlled by shadowy and shape-shifting lizard people. You ever folded a $1 bill? Look, you can make it say booze. What does it mean? Am I the only one who cares that the president is a robot? Wake up, people! The evidence is right here. Except the bitch got diapers trained on me for trying to tell you the truth. I love you right.
Exactly. You see that? Bro, I'm telling y'all, bro, there's people that trying to make us sound stupid. They trying to make the spiritual community sound like you don't know what we're talking about.
Here's an overview of how to read your human design chart from a projector. This is the most common terminology or different names that are used to describe different parts of the human design chart. Overall, there's 64 different gates, 36 channels, 9 energy centers, 12 profiles, 7 different authorities, 5 types, being manifestors, manifesting generators, projectors, and reflectors. There's 4 different definitions, 3 circuits, 7 sub-circuits, and 192 different incarnation crosses. Whether you like to study on your own, or if you're thinking of getting a chart reading, this can be a great resource. Visit the link in my profile to join the Human Design.
So come on then, Mick. How on earth do you grow human meat?
I want to introduce you to our nutrient vat.
Hello, Nutrient Vat, Greg Wallace, telepresenter, and your job is?
Well, what its job is, it processes thin slices of tissue in a nutrient-rich mix, which you see here, and then cells start to grow. So over a 24-hour period, these will slowly fuse together into one great big, what we call a cake.
So you're telling me that is human flesh?
Exactly.
But why human meat? Why not animal meat?
That's a very good question. We've got centuries of knowledge of human medicine at our side. We know more about humans than we do about animals. So we've mastered engineering human cells to make these structured flavours and sinews that we expect from the flavours of steaks we eat.
That's right, a protein made from human cells that promises to be cheaper and tastier than any of its competitors. I'm Greg Wallace, and I'm off to visit Good Harvest, where a whopping 6 tons of human meat is engineered every day. That is stunning. With the promise of cheap meat for all, it may well be the meaty miracle we need to ease the squeeze of the cost.
The best ways to drain people's energy nowadays is via the internet. This woman is an astrophysicist. Actually, this is not how space works. Read a book. Now I just wait for the comments to come in. Hey, can you mansplain any louder? Yeah, sure. These are all different accounts that I have set up. The energy you get this way isn't quite as pure, but if you do enough of it, it'll fill you up. Shanghai sucked. Where was the Chinatown? Jason Mraz is just too weird for me. Jesus actually hates horses. Childhood obesity, LMFO. When they call you a dumbass, you know you've got them. They called me a dumbass. Women are getting too tall. Yeah. You can drain their energy via social media without having to even be near them. That is racist. You're correct. It is. Oh, yeah. 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 Oh, they hate me.
It's surprisingly simple to get.
There's also something that they believe is more powerful than the placebo effect, and that's the nocebo effect. The nocebo effect is telling someone that they have a disease, telling someone that there's an incurable disease or that they're sick, and then they fucking panic. And the amount of stress and the pain, your symptoms will crash. Everything will get more fucked up. Your body will go into a total state of shock.
And this is what drives me nuts, where nobody question. You just go, no, that's what they said.
Dude, that's what
they said, so that's what we're doing.
That's what voodoo is. You know, like people think that voodoo is bullshit. What voodoo is you tell someone, if you're a charismatic person, you have white paint on your face and fucking feathers and skulls on sticks, and you tell them, I put a curse on you. And you believe that shit, you'll be in a full terror.
Yes!
You'll be in a full terror, and then your life will fall apart.